Race for
The Magician.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another hot, sizzling episode of Balls and Tees. It's the one and only classic man, a boy with a lot of flair, and you know who it is, man, the Magician. I am Tony Tone. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you once again for continuously supporting us. I mean, for those who've been with us from the onset, listen, we are because of you. And for those who've recently joined us, I just want to say thank you. You've come to the right place because this is where everything happens. This is where the proper talks about golf, whether it's on the course or off the course, happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, every Sunday we are live at Encore Restaurant and Champagne Garden in Waterkloof Lane. So if you want to come through and be my guest on the day, let us know. I would like to host you and I would like to chat to you. If you don't know anything about golf and you believe that this could be the spot for you, I am there to answer all the questions. And there will also be other golfers there to actually interact with, and you can also realize what kind of a community we're trying to build as social golfers. So today, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. If you don't know the drill, this is what's going to happen, right? This is how I run the show. I always give you a chance to get yourself proper refreshments before the actual show starts, because it gets extremely hot. The conversation flows and we're getting a lot of knowledge, wisdom. There's jokes in between. So I want you to be relaxed when I start engaging with my guest for today. And it's none but the one and only Sonia Bonaventure Booth. She'll be joining us in a couple of minutes. But in the interim, I need you guys to go and get yourself those ice cold refreshments. Winter is creeping in. If you are unfortunately a victim of flu already, please make sure you get those vitamins and medicate. Keep warm. Whilst you're keeping warm, I will keep you hot from this side. So today, South Africa is going through a very, 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 very busy day. It's voting day, and I would like to urge all the listeners and audience to say your vote is needed. If you want change, let it start with you. And I'll look forward to seeing the results in a couple of hours. And that's what's happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I'm going to take that 2-3 minute break. And then when I come back, I've been chatting to my guest offline. And she's ready for us. We will definitely get into that conversation and have a proper conversation around liquid carriage. A lot of people might be asking themselves what liquid carriage is, and then you will find out as I engage Mrs. Sonia Bonaventure Booth. So take that 2-minute break, get that ice cold refreshment as I do the same this side, and we coming back.
in the vast tapestry of time, where precision intertwines with passion. Let's take a journey through the captivating evolution of golf. From its modest origins on the windswept Scottish links in the 15th century to the meticulously manicured courses of the 21st century, golf has woven itself into the fabric of history, adapting and innovating with each passing era. Picture a time when wooden clubs and feathery balls echoed across the early landscapes of golf, a leisurely pursuit enjoyed by the elite. But as the 19th century dawned, enter the Gouda, percha ball and hickory shafts, transforming the game into a more accessible pursuit for enthusiasts worldwide. Fast forward to the 20th century, where technological marvels like steel shafts and aerodynamically designed dimple patterns ushered in a new era. Golfers transitioned from leisurely players to true athletes, propelling the sport's popularity to new heights. Icons like Bobby Jones and Arnold Palmer left an indelible mark, shaping the narrative of the game. Today, armed with cutting-edge clubs, high-tech golf balls, and a stage set by global competitions like the Masters and the Open Championship, golf continues to enthrall players and fans alike. It's a harmonious blend of tradition and innovation, a timeless evolution that celebrates the artistry of skill, the brilliance of strategy, and the relentless pursuit of excellence.
The Magician.
Dear listener, This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Strap in for a golfing journey like no other, where we bring you the latest buzz from the fairways, unravel the secrets behind the perfect swing, and sprinkle in a dash of humor to make your golfing experience a hole-in-one. From player spotlights that take you behind the scenes to expert insights that'll up your game, Balls and Tees is your go-to destination for all things golf. So grab your favorite 9-iron, cozy up in your golf cart, and get ready to tee off with us. This is more than just a radio show. It's an immersive experience into the heart of the sport. Are you ready to elevate your golf game and have a few laughs along the way? Then stay tuned, because Balls and Tees is about to tee up. Get ready to swing into action. Bowls and Tees starts now.
Are you ready? The Magician. The Magician.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from our 2-minute break, and I really hope that you've got that ice cold refreshment. I will name it. Today is a very hectic day, very emotional day for most South African, and as I said, your vote counts. It could be the one that changes the whole spectrum of the entire country. So please, if you haven't done it yet, go out there. I think queues are open till 7 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Go out there, cast your vote, because it is needed by the entire country. For those who voted already, I just want to say thank you for taking time today and doing what you need to do. I, for one, I have voted, and I don't want to disclose much details, just in case when I leave the studio, somebody will be waiting for me out there. I'm just kidding. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you, just a reminder, on Sundays, we are out at Encore with the whole crew. So we bring in golf to the community. I think it's high time that we take the step as the golfing society, whether the audience, whether players, professional, amateurs, guys, it's about time that we do what we need to do to ensure that we grow the sport, and that the sport receives the attention that it needs, especially from a social golfing perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you a hot, sizzling show today, and we'll be talking about liquid courage with the one and only Sonia Bonaventure Booth. I mean, listen, man, I can't wait to get into this conversation with this beautiful lady, and I believe it will be a conversation that a lot of us will learn more about golf, whether from a sponsorship point of view to an amateur player, if I can use the word amateur. But it's going to be a heated conversation. For those who've only just joined us now, listen, we've got our pre-recorded sessions available on Spotify as well. So if you missed this episode because you are in the queue to vote, please, man, don't worry much, because tomorrow you can still catch up with us on Spotify. Those who want to be guests on the show as well, you are welcome to pop us messages or comments on our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's Balls and Tees, one way, you know what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me get Mrs. Sonia Bonaventure Booth on the line and do what is right by you, do what is right by myself, and get into this conversation. All right? But I just want to pose a question to everyone out there, right? I don't know. My main question would be, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling? I'm personally anxious. I think, I don't know what to expect from the results of today, but like we usually say, may the greater party come out victorious, because, listen, I believe that whatever votes have been cast today, people thought deeply about them, because this is not just for the next 5 years. It could be for a lifetime, where things take a different turn in South Africa, things take a different change internationally because of the decisions we made today when casting a vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I need to get Mrs. Sonia Booth on the line, and just give me a few seconds. She's also in the queue to vote, so I want to find out something from her. All right. Let's see. Man, you know, if I was on the queue at the moment, I'd actually have a golf club in my hands. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good on yourself. I hope I got you at the right time.
Fine, thank you. Casting my vote.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Sonia.
Yes, I'm done. I've just finished casting my vote. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. You know, I've been saying to people, like the audience, I've been saying, guys, one vote can make a huge difference. And it's not just a 5-year term difference. It could be a lifetime difference.
Absolutely. I think we all have a responsibility, right, as citizens, right?
100%. And then, Sonia, before we get into the crux of things, I just want to say thank you for having a chat with us. And I don't think I've done justice in terms of introducing you. So would you mind reintroducing yourself properly?
Okay. I think you've just stated my name. I am an author. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I am just somebody who's making sure that life is lived to the fullest.
100%. Wow. I don't know. After saying somebody who believes that life should be lived to the fullest, listen, I have no more questions for you today, because I share the very same values to say, live today as if tomorrow doesn't exist.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's important, because then if not by that attitude or those sentiments, then what are you doing?
100%. Now, Sonia, I just want to find out. I mean, looking at our topic today, the liquid courage. How do you feel about it? What comes to mind by reading that topic?
Liquid courage. I mean, you know, I'm assuming it's a very smart play on words, because obviously I'm in the, you know, the liquor industry. I'm in the liquor business, and of course now, you know, you mentioning liquid courage, and I think it probably stems from, you know, how the brand came about, you know, the courage part. I would assume it comes from that, because I don't think people anticipated the brand. I don't think people anticipated that move. I think people were just amazed that, and also just thinking to themselves, no, she did not do that.
100%. And I mean, for myself as well, when I looked at it, I was like, sure. And then I did a bit of research, and sure, I don't want to lie, I'm intrigued by Marula Cheesecake. I saw something that I really like on the website. I think it's very genius, and I'm urging everyone that's listening to go to your website, soniabooth.com. And yeah, the first product you come across, I think that's Boss. How did you come about developing caramel popcorn with alcohol?
Yeah, I'm one person, you know, who I consider myself a maverick more than anything, and I've always seen myself as a leader and not a follower. You know, when everyone else is going left, best, you know, be assured that I'm going to go right, because I'm merely just curious about a path less traveled. That's just me. That's just the person I am.
And a very interesting question for me, Sonia, would be, let me see. Very interesting question would be, how did you get involved in golf? Hello? Hello, Sonia. Just a moment. Hello, Sonia?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. So, sorry about that. There was a break in the line. So, would you mind?
It's fine. Yeah. No. So golf for me, I think I had a lot of friends who were golfers, and they were always talking about how connections are made, how deals are concluded, or negotiated at a golf course when people are more relaxed. It's a social setting, and it's about business people and entrepreneurs who are wanting to connect with like-minded people, and that environment, obviously, that relaxed environment allows you to get to know the person that you're about to strike a deal with, because we all know that your character truly comes out during a game, and so now imagine you entertaining a client, and you're about to conclude a massive deal, and then most likely you're going to be having or needing to forge a sort with this person, be it a professional working relationship. So now imagine if you struck a deal with somebody whose character was questionable, and maybe they were short-tempered, for example, or they were the sore losers, as we call them. You've seen people on the course damaging their clubs and damaging the grass because they're in the woods more than they're on the fairway. So that I think golf is one of those games. One of those sports that allow you to test a person's true character, and it will really come out, because if you are a calm person and you have a terrible shot, it's really not a big deal, and it means you also don't take yourself too seriously to a point that you forget that you're not a pro, you're just a social golfer. So when I became aware about the connections that one could make, it was a no-brainer for me to take it up as a sport. I mean, I'm saying it as a sport loosely, because there's been debate, with people saying golf is not a sport. I don't know what it is. But yeah. So for me, it was purely from a social aspect, networking, and connecting with the decision makers, of different industries.
No, I like how you're explaining it, especially from a networking point of view, to say that this is one spot that will actually show your true colors as an individual. And I think many a times people don't really explain as to what is meant by closing deals on the course. And from what you said, I'll take it that from the experience that your potential client or potential business relationship, people that you're playing with would actually monitor, or I think monitor is a harsh word, but people would actually pay attention to how you behave, how you present yourself, your values, and that would cement that decision to say, are we going with this person or not? And I think this is something that a lot of people don't really explain to a larger community, to say, guys, this thing that we call golf is not just to have fun. Like you said, you got into it because you wanted to create those networks. And I have another question for you, Sonia, to say, you got into the sport, you developed an interest in the sport, but how long has it been? And so far, from the top of your head, what has been one of the most memorable memories on the course?
For me, I've been for, I think, a good 18 years. I mean,
Sure.
on and off, obviously. I've been playing golf for a very play. Full about the type of I find myself in. That I'll sit and with guys that are on the I've played and all know there's very select people that get in. I think in the 8 years that I've been playing golf, probably more than 20 programs. And for a woman who's from Soweto, and you're playing with, from Italy, you're playing with players from Portugal, and you're watching these people. Some of them you didn't even know who they were, because we were not exposed to sports. But luckily for me, from Pimville, the only
Sonia,
golf course Hamilton, walking.
Sorry to interject.
Hear me?
Yeah, would you mind if I call you in the next couple of 30 seconds? I think there's a bit of a network issue. Let me try to call you from a different line.
Okay, cool. Right.
Thank you.
In the tapestry of time, amidst the rolling greens and whispered winds, a tale of golfing glory unfolds, woven with threads of courage and boundless dreams. Listen to earth itself, where every blade of grass whispered secrets of resilience and determination. As the sun kissed the horizon and the US Open beckoned, Francis stepped onto the hallowed grounds of the country club, his spirit ablaze with the fire of possibility. Amidst the giants of the sport, he stood undeterred, a beacon of hope amidst the shadows of doubt. With each swing, he painted poetry upon the canvas of the course, his heartstrings entwined with the melody of every putt. And as the world watched in awe, Francis danced upon the greens, his every step a testament to the power of belief and the magic of dreams. In the final moments of destiny, with the world holding its breath, Francis stood upon the threshold of greatness. With hands steady and eyes alight, he gazed upon the final green, where victory awaited like a silent promise.
The Magician.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so sorry about that network issue, but I do have Mrs. Sonia Booth back on the line. Hi, Sonia.
Hello, I'm back with you.
All right, thank you so much. Now I can hear you clearly. Yeah, you were still mentioning that playing with individuals from different countries or different backgrounds. You were still telling us a story about that. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think for me, every pro-am that I've ever played will remain a highlight for me, because how many social golfers in the country, let alone outside our continent, who'll be able to to have bragging rights and say that I've played so many pro-ams and a township girl from Soweto. I'm from Pimville, luckily a place that has the only golf course in Soweto. So I think that exposure as well, growing up as a young girl. In fact, my cousin, who's 4 years older than me, he's late now. He always used to have money. And, growing up, we're always broke, but he always had money. And only years later, when we started learning about golf, did we actually learn that he was a caddy. And so there would be times where he bunks school, and the reason why he always had money was because after school, or when he decides not to go to school, he would walk to Soweto Country Club and caddy for golfers, and be moneyed like that. So it's amazing how life comes full circle. That you grow up as a young girl not realizing there's a golf course just across the road. You don't even know what golf is. And then later on you realize, how impactful and important and the connector that the sport can be. And, I think for me, I'll always be grateful that I made that decision that, listen, this is something that I'm definitely going to try. And look now with my brand, I'm able to do activations, at golf days, and I can relate to the players because I know the rules of the game. Therefore, when I'm activating at my hole, I'm not going to be a nuisance and disturb, golfers as they're about to tee off. I'm courteous towards them and the support as well that they've shown to me, because a lot of them know me as a social golfer.
Yeah.
So the benefits have been tremendous.
I like the fact that you mentioned your brand in this, because my following question was going to be, okay, let's move from Sonia the golf to Sonia the entrepreneur, to say, from an activations or from a sponsorship point of view, when it comes to golf, what is it that you have learned from the golfers on the course, and obviously from your experience engaging with other sponsors or other brand activators?
Yes, I mean, one thing I've learned is patience, because you can imagine a golf day can take the whole day. I mean, so imagine if I'm having to set up in the morning, and a golf day, we know that play is normally on the slower side. I mean, we know that an average 18 hole is supposed to take you 4 hours, 15 minutes, at the most 4 hours steady. A golf day, you get play sometimes going on, for like 6 hours, because golfers are relaxed. They just enjoying their day. No one is rushing, and the marshal is not rushing anybody as well, because if it's one group playing the same golf day, no one is rushing anyone, because we all know that prize giving is only at 7 o'clock. So what you rushing for, type of thing, So you learn patience, as a sponsor, or activating at a hole. But I think what's important is you realizing that activation it goes beyond brand awareness.
Yeah.
You taking tips from people about what they like and what they don't like from the brand. You get to ask them questions. Do I add on to this, or do you think I should take away from this? Do you think this is too much? Do you think this is too little? Am I on the right track? So you're getting the honest opinions, because for me, the golfing fraternity, I've always understood it to be my target market, and simply because golf is an expensive sport, and when you look at the price positioning of my brand, it was deliberate, because I had a target market in mind, and I knew that golf activations were a no-brainer for me. So there's so much to learn. I'm taking notes from people who've owned businesses before, and some of these people have actually gone on to become my business mentors, because I'm always open to learning. I'm one person who's always had this attitude that you can never know enough, and you can never say you have enough education, and you can never say I don't need to learn from another person.
Yeah.
Whether that person is more accomplished, compared to your accomplishments or less, you always have something to learn from somebody who has walked the path, because why make the mistake when somebody else has made that mistake and you can learn from that mistake?
That's very true. And what better teacher than experience? And it shouldn't be your own experience, like you just said. Someone could have gone through that route, and they managed to see the pros and cons of the very same route, and they share the very same knowledge with you to say, listen, this is how you can go about this thing because of my experiences. I want to find out from you, Sonia, on the 19th hole, man. Let's talk about the 19th hole, but at the very same time, let's talk about your activation hole. I just want to get an understanding. I mean, your brand, I don't want to lie. For those who've not seen Marula Cheesecake, listen, the packaging on its own, it's on another level. I don't want to lie. I like the colors. I like sort of like the glitter inside or the contents. Now, I want to find out. Obviously, on the 19th hole, people stop talking too much about golf, and then they delve onto other topics. Now, whilst on the course and having a taste of Marula Cheesecake, Do you perhaps notice a change in their behavior or a change in their approach to the game afterwards?
I think it's safe to say in the years that I've myself ended up at the 19th hole, but you often you do, because I mean you get to relax, you having your drink before you part ways, or you're just waiting for the prize giving. I think people are more relaxed, and of course those who take themselves too seriously, they probably don't even wait for the prize giving, bangadile, and they've gone home, and they don't want to be a part of the 19th, that social, the relaxed social setting. But I mean, some people like us, we know the benefits that during play you get some people who are tense, and like I said earlier, some people take themselves too seriously. Some of them don't really immerse themselves in the company that they're with, part of their four-ball. But I think a 19th hole is always an opportunity again, that if you were tense during play, you now have an opportunity at the 19th hole to show your fellow the other players that make up your four-ball, to show them that, hey, listen, I don't always take myself seriously. Yes, I'm a competitive person, and it's not always a bad thing to be competitive, because if I'm about to sign a deal with you and you showed competitiveness on the course, but now you're showing me the balance at the 19th hole and you relaxed. So there was the competitiveness during play, and maybe you were taking your game too seriously. That's fine. I've seen that side of you, that going into business, that competitiveness is going to benefit whatever deal that you and I are about to strike. But now at the 19th hole, you have an opportunity to show me that, hey, we worked on the course to achieve, whatever score that we wanted to achieve. But now at the 19th hole, we get to play, right? So on the course, we were working towards a common goal, and that's for us to be in the top three. But now at the 19th hole, we just relaxing.
100%. And I like the fact that you're mentioning competitiveness and playfulness, because often enough people believe that being competitive is all about being too serious to the core. But if we're to be honest, the only person that you're fighting with on the golf course is yourself. So I personally believe that people who call themselves social golfers and they become so serious on the golf course, they're so losers, because why are you there? Are you there to be a professional, or are you there to build relationships with people? Because the whole idea of social golfing is to build relationships, is to seal those deals, like you said, and far most is to build a community, to say everyone is welcome into this space. I mean, if you look at us, people of color, right? We grew up without access to these things, and we come from backgrounds that did not allow us to just go buy a set of clubs, go buy new spikes, go buy whatever is needed to get into the sport, or go for professional lessons. With that being said, I just want to find out from you, from a female point of view, right? And I always ask this question to say, the reception of women in this sport, this so-called mainly sport. What has been your experience from the get-go up till date? Have you found yourself in positions where the male counterparts were not so receptive? Or let's say, for instance, you were in a four-ball and you came out tops against the males. How was the reactions, and did they show the anger?
So I mentioned the mini pro-ams that I've played, and I'll tell you about one particular instant. I won't mention the name of the golfer, because I'm not about to embarrass anybody. This is a professional golfer on the Sunshine Tour. We were playing the Gary Player Invitational. It was myself, it was him, and then the two other guys were from they were corporate guys from one of the sponsors courses of the Invitational.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 2-day golf tournament, if I can call it that, for lack of a better word. So we were paired up with top dogs of a corporate brand, and the fourth player happens to be me. So I'm the only female in the four ball. Our first tee shot, I'll drive him.
Ouch.
That did not set the right tone. So and it to a point where he could not even congratulate me, because he was in so much disbelief that, not only is this a woman, but this is a black woman, and we know that there's very few of us. And I happen to be playing, one of the toughest courses in the country. I mean, Gary Player is it's not an easy course. And then I just had the nerve. The biggest mistake that I ever made was to outdrive a pro at a Gary Player Invitational. That will remain the highlight of my day. And he never spoke to me after that. This was from the first drive.
Yeah.
You can imagine it was a long 18 holes, because he did not say a word to me after that.
Jeez.
So
He became so emotional.
So I think his ego was bruised. So coming back to how females are received, or welcomed or unwelcomed or not taken seriously on the course. People that I've played with, I'm known as one of those few females who outdrive a lot of men, and that earns you respect, interestingly enough, among men.
That's true.
And men who are self-assured will not be, it would not be the end of the world that a woman has driven me. I've had men who have given me high five when I've outdriven them, and they say, "Oh, okay, you can play." But then if you're a weakling, if you're a man whose ego is bruised easily, and I drive you, you're gonna throw your toys out of your cot, and Rona, we're just gonna look at you and just move on. Because you're just being silly. Because at the end of the day, we're all social golfers here. Let's allow the pros to be pros. Let's enjoy our golf as social golfers.
100%. And I like the way you're putting it, to say, I mean, we all out here to play. So if someone gets emotional about being outdriven by a woman, I think I don't want to say this word, but I'm going to say that it's very immature and childish, because
it is.
When it comes to hitting the ball long and hard, it's more about how you transfer your body into your swing, and not everyone has that skill. So people shouldn't be feeling less of men because they believe that they're more masculine or more macho when outdriven by women. No, it's not about that. It's all about the transfer of your body into the swing. Sonia, there's ups and downs on the golf course, right? And I mean, you've got a lot of highlights, but I want to find out from you one embarrassing moment since you started playing golf.
Okay. So I remember it was one of the courses close to where I live, and I was in this bunker. I don't even want to call it a bunker. I mean, that thing. Sure. That was like, I mean, it was something else. I mean, those bunkers that are so deep that you can't actually see where you're going. You're inside the bunker, but then, you can't, even if you tiptoed, you would not see where you're going. That's how deep the bunker is. So I took a shot, and the ball hit, in front of me, and then it went behind me, hit a tree, and then it came back to the inside of my knee.
Ouch.
That was painful.
Now I can imagine. I mean, I've been hit by golf balls a few times, and yeah, that thing is very painful. For those who've never been hit by a golf ball, regardless what body part it is one of the most painful things I've ever felt, because I'm a skinny guy, so when it hits, it goes straight to the bone, and I feel it. So just a quick one. How many shots did you play to get out of that bunker again? Or how many shots did you actually play after the incident to get onto the green?
Oh no! After that shot, I picked up and I just walked. I just walked the hole because I didn't want to be rude to. I don't even remember who I was playing with, but I picked because the pain was incredible. It ricocheted with such force that the actual markings of a golf ball were on my skin, and it remained like that for a few hours. And a part of me just wanted to go back to the clubhouse and drink my pain away. But then I was like, no, you need to be sportly. You pulling away from the game will be rude to whoever you're playing with. But I just said, listen, I'm in pain. Can I just pick up? I've lost this hole. It's okay. I'm looking forward to the next hole. So that for me was one moment I'll never forget. But I was embarrassed at the fact that I hit such a terrible shot that it ricocheted to the front of the bunker behind me to a tree and ricocheted to my knee,
But I think you actually handled it well. I think a similar incident almost happened to me 2 weeks ago, and it's a pity that it was on camera. So I was behind a tree, and I thought to myself, no, let me be smart about this. I'm going to hit a draw. But I drew it too quick, and it hit the tree. It nearly hit me on my forehead, and unfortunately, this was on camera. And the guys that I was playing with, they just looked at me like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Oh wow! No. At least you can relate about the pain. No, it takes your breath away. Yeah.
No, definitely. Now I want to find out from you, Sonia. Moving forward, with regards to the brand, with regards to your golf, are there any particular plans that you have?
Are there any particular
plans?
So scaling is on the cards, but it's a work in progress. I'm pacing myself. I'm not rushing it. I'm not going to allow any pressure. I mean, people are always asking me social media at activations, when are you going to get into stores? And I'm like, I'm definitely not going to rush that, because I've seen brands who rush the scaling and then they get burned because they rushed it. They didn't do things properly. I'm building my brand in the most authentic way, and I'm taking my own sweet time, learning my market, understanding what they like and what they don't like. And that's the main reason why I now have 5 different editions that cover for different taste buds and different palettes. It's for me to determine which of the 5 editions is popular enough for me to push forward, knowing that the first edition will be the one that I'm pushing in Joburg. The second edition popular in Limpopo. The third edition, they're enjoying it more in Northwest. Therefore, when I start scaling and then distribution has to happen, I know I hit the ground running, knowing that first edition is loved by majority of Joburgers. I know that people in Durban appreciate the 5th edition more than they do the first. So believing me, by the time I scale, I will know which market appreciates which edition. That's exactly what I've been doing with all the activations. I make notes and I pay attention. And the sales have given me an indication as to which one is popular. So therefore, when I go and scale, I'm not going to go and produce 100 bottles of the 4th edition when sales have shown me that the 4th edition is not doing as well as 1, 2, and 3 and edition 5, for example.
Wow. Yeah. I like that. And I think research is a very imperative thing when it comes to business, which is what you're doing. And I think you're really doing it right to understand the market, to understand your supply and demand, because I believe once you start going full force into stores, then you wouldn't find yourself in different predicaments where people would say, no, now we're sold out, or you can't even match the demand. So I really like the approach that you're taking, and I believe that our audience is also taking notes to say this is what one needs to do in business, whether it's in the alcoholic beverage or any other type of business, because I always say without understanding your market, then your product is useless.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, who's going to be buying a product? Exactly. Precisely. Yeah.
Now, Sonia, before I let you go, I've got this saying, and I think my audience will resonate with what I'm going to say. Golfers have loving, big hearts, right? And I believe that we all have something to give to the community, whether tangible or non-tangible. But I would like to ask you to give us words of wisdom, especially to those who are interested in the sport but do not know what to do, where to go, who to speak to. Just like yourself and I, when we got into the sport, we knew nothing about it, and someone extended a hand to say, guys, this is how you go about this thing. Would you mind sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with regards to that?
No, I mean, I think what one needs to do is that, I mean, first of all, you can simply just Google, a golf course in your vicinity. That you can Google a driving range in your vicinity, and more often than not, you go to the pro shop or you go to the clubhouse and you tell them, listen, I know nothing about golf. You need to be honest enough and say, I know nothing about golf, but I'm willing to learn. What is the first step? And many golf courses, they've got coaches, they've got driving ranges, and more often than not, you find coaches who are willing to introduce you to some of the members, and even captains of certain clubs. They're very sociable people. When they can see that this is somebody who's keen into the sport, they wanting to know more about the sport. They more often very happy to take you under, and they meant, and then a lot of golf, they offer what they call a bunnies course or a bunnies club, where aspiring golfers, that's where they begin, and it's in a social setting, relaxed setting, and you have a coach, and before you know it, you've made friends. Before you know it, you get invited to play. Before you know it, you interacting with other members from different clubs, and before you know it, you're playing a pro-am.
100%. Now, Sonia, this is the last thing I'm going to ask of you, and then after that, I believe that after standing such a long queue to cast your vote, you deserve to rest as well. Where can people get hold of you? Those who want to buy your products, those who would like to invite you to their golf days, how do they get hold of you?
So, for and on all media, it's Marula Cheesecake. And my personal social media, people can feel free to reach out to me as well. It's simply Sonia Booth. All my social media is Sonia Booth, with the exception of Twitter. That's Sonia Booth ZA. But everything else linked in is Sonia Booth.
Awesome. No, I believe that you'll be getting a lot of messages, because I, for one, am interested in this product. And yeah, I want to taste it. I want those caramel popcorns.
Fantastic. No, we'll make a plan. We'll make a plan for you to get your supply, definitely.
100%. Now, Sonia, I really want to say I appreciate the time that you took to chat to me, and secondly, I appreciate the time you took to cast your vote, because what you did today will make a difference in all our lives, and I believe the masses out there who went out to cast their votes, we really appreciate them as well.
Absolutely. No, we appreciate people like you as well. And thank you for the platform, and thank you for the opportunity, and just allowing me, to speak about the things that I love and enjoy.
100%. Sonia, you must have yourself a lovely evening, and then we'll chat as time goes by.
Fantastic. Good evening.
All right.
Bye.
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 All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, as I said, what is Balls and Tees without a heated conversation? I like what Sonia shared with us from a networking point of view, from a business point of view, to say this is how she approaches things when it comes to golf, of which I believe it is the least spoken topic or the least discussed topic. People will say, no, golf is good for networking, golf is good for this and that, but they never really get into details. So if you're out there, you've got a product, if you're out there, you want to start building new or creating new networks, if you're out there and you feel that this is a spot that you can resonate with, please reach out to any golf course, reach out to any golfer that you know, and guys, you are welcome at all costs to even chat to us to say, guys, how do I get into this spot? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share some good news with y'all. One being that on the 1st of July, there is a golf day by the Digital Council of Africa. All right, and this will be taking place at the River Club. The format is a better ball, and tee off time is from 9 o'clock. Right, so if you go to golf.digitalcouncil.africa, you will be able to register as one of the players there. Spots are quickly closing, so if you want to go and be a part of this auspicious occasion, that will be on the 1st of July at River Club. Go to that website and make sure that you register. We want to sit with you. We want to chat to you, right? Also, there's an upcoming golf day called the Tolo Classic, which is taking place on the 7th and the 8th of June at Seasons Golf Course. All right, so hey, I will be there. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the players that have registered. I'm looking forward to engaging with everyone there. And for those who don't know what a tolo is it's an antelope. So that's the grand prize, to say that the winner can get an antelope. So please do go out there, register. Digital Council Golf Day, which is the 1st of July, and then there's the Tolo Classic Golf Day that's taking place on the 7th and the 8th. All right. Also, another one that we need to take note of is the Mental Health Golf Day, which will be at Copperleaf on the 7th of June. Right. If you want more details, please make sure that you reach out to our dear friend and our dear guest whom we've engaged with, Given Lahodi. Right, Given Lahodi is the one that is organizing the Mental Health Golf Day on the 7th of June at Copperleaf, right? Her contact details I'll share with you now, Given Lahodi. So her numbers are 072 093 5523. I will repeat, 072 093 5523. That's the golf day that's taking place on the 7th of June at Copperleaf. So if you're around Copperleaf, please reach out to them if you want to play with them. If you're around Seasons, do reach out to the guys at Tolo Classic Golf Day. They're playing on the 7th and the 8th. And then 1st of July. Now, that is the big Digital Council Africa Golf Day taking place at River Club. All right, so that's what I have to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to repeat something. I actually want to share something with you guys to say that, so Sunday we were out at Encore, right? I engaged with a senior citizen, someone who's in the mid-70s. This gentleman played golf from early 1980s, Mr. Da Costa. And he shared his journey with me to say, listen, this is how I got into the sport, and these are the people that I've actually created proper relationships with. I mean, this man played with Nick Price. He played in some of the tournaments in Zimbabwe, and he came out second most of the time. So it was very great to engage with someone of color who's been in the sport for so long and has managed to reach those heights of golf in the early stages of golf in the black society. So, Mr. Acosta, you are recognized, and I believe there's many other golfers out there in the senior ages who have had great experiences. I would like to chat to them. If you know of anyone who has been one of the pioneers in introducing our people of color into the sport, please do share their details, because I'd like to invite them to have a chat with us. There's a lot that I believe we can learn from them. There's a lot that I believe that they've contributed to the sport itself. So that's me today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say to you, today is Wednesday. Thank you for going out to vote. For those who didn't vote, please don't complain tomorrow when change comes, right? And then secondly, I just want to say, hey, the weekend has officially started, because I say so. If you're going to work tomorrow, please come, talk to me. Let's see how we can help you not to work on Thursday, because I believe that a week starts on Monday, it ends on Tuesday, and then from Wednesday all the way to Sunday, it's a weekend. I'm not saying abscond work, no ways. I'm just saying play hard, work harder, if you understand what I'm saying. So be strategic in how you approach everything. The hybrid work model is still out here in South Africa. Some are still working from home. So, I mean, you've got more than enough time to get into golf if you haven't done so. But we really, really appreciate the support that we're getting from everyone. And catch me next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. on Balls and Tees. And catch me on Sunday, on call, Champagne Garden. And also, for those who didn't get the opportunity to listen to the entire show, or were late in terms of listening to the show, this episode will be uploaded on Spotify tomorrow. I look forward to engaging with you guys on social media, because I want to talk to you. I want to invite you. I don't care if you've been playing golf for too long. I don't care if you've taken a sabbatical. I want to talk to you, because I believe that we all have the same vision. Our minds are focused on the same thing, which is to build a proper golfing community. So, without any further ado, I just want to say, happy weekend!
The Magician.